know, the 13 centimeter mark, and then I just went at the edge. And as I said, since it's slightly beveled, that means that it wouldn't rest, this edge wouldn't rest against the edge properly, so it has a bit of a wiggle. So what I ended up doing is I just pushed this to where it should be, and then I just pressed on the top face to touch and marked several points to be able to cross through all of them and get the straight line. Top is straight, so you could use the speed edge to just rest it, and then you obviously have the edge. So now I've marked both sides, the top. So my preference is to have the seam at the back, if I didn't mention that before. Since this is in one piece still, and it's not being cut, my suggestion is to drill hinges in place at this time. 1 inch from the edge. Use 632 1/2 inch in length screws. So it's always better to go slightly smaller, just a slight smidge, rather than go too large and then regret it, because you can always expand the hole. It's just basically for the pilot holes. Don't press, let it pull on its own, because you do not want to break it. If possible, just let it do its own thing. And make sure you hold the drill so it doesn't drop inside and smash it. There we go. Measure twice and drill once, rather than not measuring it enough and then regretting it. The holes are 1, 2, 3, 4. They line up pretty decently. Okay, so now begins the fun part of seeing how I can actually cut this thing into 2 pieces. So for this, I think I'm going to use my knockoff Dremel tool. I think it's a Wen. And anything that you have pretty much work. It is down to the blades that you use to cut stuff with, not really the Dremel itself. So I have this kind of cutting discs that are reinforced cutting discs, or the diamond wheel. when cutting, always try to keep the discs away from you, and also not like, you know, up where you can snap and go up to your face, especially if you use the abrasive discs. And if possible, use impact resistant goggles. So now I've scored the whole thing, and in theory I could remove the tape, but I'm still gonna keep it there because it kind of absorbs, it helps absorb some of the vibrations from the cutting. And then there were two. This is one of those removable sandpaper wheels. Some test wood over here, putting it down with the actual lid down, so that way I can actually apply force and not worry about it. It's nice when they put 6 screws in a pack. Let's not put 8 or 4, let's put 6. Why? Because reasons. Yeah. Okay, got another one, because again, you couldn't give 8 or just 4, you know, they were only halfway cheapskates. Either go full cheapskate or not at all. Sure, there are uses for 6 at a time instead of 8, but heck man, not for hinges. I'm gonna have a lid kind of handle. I'll print one and use 3M tape. And as you can see, ta-da! So this is kind of how it opens because of the screws. The screws are touching from top and bottom and preventing the lid to go further down. So yeah, you can either shorten them or get slightly shorter screws. Now I'm sure if the lid was even lighter, like it was done to here, not as big, it would be even easier. So I do suggest tape this to the printer. But all in all, success.